Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 26th of November. My name is Phillip Kingston.
And I'm Gary.
And Gary, the last GPTV for November 2019. Yep. We're in the home straight now, to use a racing-ism.
We are indeed.
I said that last week.
You possibly did. Well done last week with Joel Sir, and I'm sorry I couldn't be here. But, you know, I did have a commitment to Charity Golf Day.
You know what, Gary? We had a lot of positive feedback about this whole younger anchor replacing the senior citizen.
So who's going to come in for your place in the future?
No. They were just saying he looks like a fresher version of you.
Is that right? Hey, talk about golf.
I met we weren't talking about golf.
I was.
We're talking about Joel.
I met
Joel, you did a great job.
You did.
A lot of positive feedback about you.
Can't have my job.
And my father actually said, because he's a great viewer of GPTV, he said, no, very good, he's a very serious young man. Joel, if you're watching, Dad, thanks for the feedback. And Joel, my father liked you.
It looks like there's a replacement, isn't there, Phil?
Yeah, Gary?
Yeah, so I'm sorry, I'll really miss you. Thank you. So I'm ready for you, Joel. Look, I've got to say, Philip, talk about golf.
Yes,
golf. And we are. Mark Z. I'll say Mark Z. Who you know who it is? Yeah, he's a bit of a golfer. Comes up to me in an auction. He's got a terrible nickname of Pig. Shocking, you know who that is?
That's a horrible name. Yeah,
I don't know why I'd have that name because he's a lovely guy. I have to find that out and bring it to the show. But it comes up to me in an auction. Phil says to me, "Hey, Gary, I've got some good news." He says, "Guess what I did?" And I goes, "What?" He goes, "I pulled out one of your balls, and I got a hole in one." The golf course on a golf day.
Is that right?
Yeah, so it was one of our branded balls.
Fantastic.
That didn't sound right.
Did he win the Lexus?
No, he didn't win the Lexus, but he got a hole in one and he's had to keep the ball. He's got to mount it. I think he's strategically positioned it now, so he can't see our logo, which is a shame.
Do you reckon
our balls, we got good balls.
Do you reckon most golfers in their career once would get a hole in one?
No, not many people would.
No.
Although
have you ever got a hole in one?
No, I haven't. But I've been with two people that have. The same hole, not same day, but hey.
I was actually talking about golf and talking about you. I was having a chat with Ashley the other day.
Oh yeah.
And Ashley was saying because I was asking him what he plays off, and I think he plays off about 13 or 14.
Yeah, he's a good golfer.
Yeah, and
serious golfer.
And he was commenting and saying remarkably that for a person like you that plays so much golf, that your handicap is really ordinary.
Well,
which he was somewhat surprised about.
I've always liked Ashley, but I don't always like what he says. Thanks for that. That's not true. I don't play that often, Philip, and I am a poor golfer. I'm proud of it. I enjoy it. It's just a 4 or 5 hour walk away from all the headaches of the world, Philip. So I can recommend it. Hey, talking about balls, colonoscopy. I had to go and get a colonoscopy this week, Phil, and that happens at our age. And you know what? I tell you what surprised me while I've introduced it is because I walk in there, I'm on the table.
Just let me press the rewind button. No. Talking about balls, and we go on to a colonoscopy.
Oh, just the leads on.
This show has plumbed new depths.
No. So I get in there, and just when I'm about to go,
that was a clever pun.
Just when I'm about to go under, because they give you an injection, they give you a little thing, and they say you're about to go to sleep. And, are you comfortable? I say I make a living. Is there anything else we could do? I said maybe sell your house, right? So we go into this, and they go, "Oh, we watch GPTV every week," and I thought, "Oh, now I'm going to get operated on by a doctor." Seriously? We watch GPTV, and then of course I see some of his assistants turn around and smile as well, and I think this is a GPTV watching colonoscopy group, and I'm thinking
we should have filmed the colonoscopy.
Well, I'm wondering what goes on when you're asleep because
they're all watching GPTV.
I don't reckon they've done anything, right? I reckon they put me under, they watched GPTV, had a good laugh, and then I came around. And when I came around, you're a bit groggy, and you look around, and they're sort of looking at each other like this, and I'm thinking, what's going on? And of course, you don't know what they do, and you don't know what they see when you're out either, Phil. And all of those things kind of disturb me. And it also got me thinking, what about if we did something like that to our vendors before an auction? We just go, look, you're nervous,
just put them out.
have a little rest, and they'll wake up and tell them how much we sold their house for.
Fantastic.
I think that would be a good thing. So I've got some value out. Everything I do, I get value out of.
You can see clearly it's the end of the year.
You've got to ask a lot of questions.
We've got nothing to talk about.
Well,
having said that, we do have something to talk about
options.
because our weekend results were unbelievable.
82% clearances, Philip, against the industry average.
72.
Not bad. Put up the towers.
Now, I've got to tell you something, Gary, and we're ones to talk up the market, and clearly the market's recovered, and we're already got more volume.
And where's that bloke for 20? I want to still make that bloke. We said that the market go up 10%. He abused us.
The question I've got for you though, Gary, is that with all of this hype that's going on, why is the industry not clearing more than 71%? Not that there's anything wrong with 71%. 71% is a good stat. But it's not like there's a lot of volume. And I thought
some things hotter than other things.
I thought that the clearance rate would be better than what it is.
Yeah, well, I think you're getting a bit bullish and a bit carried away. Therefore, I think 71% is a very good clearance rate still. It's a positive market. It's a vendor's market. And a lot of those things
So
will be selling afterwards.
you're not going to question the depth to this market?
No, Phillip, I can't question the depth of that because,
okay.
I just...
Clearly, viewers, if you go back to episode number 1, I promised you that I would study and bring to you the in-depth reality of the market. Well, I'm just wondering whether this boom is as hot and as strong as we're all saying.
I don't think it's a hot boom that we're in. I just think it's a strong market that's recovered, Phillip, from a trough. Even though the strong market, it wasn't 90%. I mean, it was 80%. That's about as good as it gets. So we're pretty close to that, Phillip.
Well,
you just get ahead of yourself a little bit.
On this show, Gary, I always want to test all of the theories. But across the weekend, we had some fantastic results. So let's talk about some of the activity.
I tell you what I love on the weekend.
Tell me.
We were everywhere. We were in Parkdale, we were in Mentone, we were in Murrumbidgee, we were in Caulfield, St Kilda. We were just all over Melbourne. We were all over the place.
A lot of depreciation on the car, isn't it?
I tell you what, legitimises the write-downs, doesn't it, Phil? Yep. We were in Parkdale in the morning, but Phil, Venus Street, Caulfield South, sold for $1,180,000. Good competition there. Jeremy Rosens did that auction. 4 bidders there.
Tale of 2 interesting properties, because we had a property in Daniel Crescent, and Daniel Crescent was getting a lot of the traffic that Venus Street was, and there was a lot of cross-reference. And just an interesting strategy, we sold Daniel Crescent prior to the auction.
I'm not sure the
Venus
price
Street went to auction. 2 very similar properties, similar price range. Just an interesting strategy of one selling before, one selling under the hammer.
Sometimes a good agent knows when the property peaks and when you need to sell.
You've got to know when to hold them, Gary. You've got to know when to fold them. You've got to know when to walk away. You've got to know when to run. You never count your money while sitting at the table.
There'll be time enough for counting
when the dealing's done.
Shall we move on? It's getting so bad. Murrumbidgee Road.
Kenny Rogers.
I love Kenny. We love Kenny. In our last life, one of us might have been
Kenny Rogers. Did a duet recently with
Dolly?
No, Dolly. Come on, another one. A male artist. Fantastic.
Bruce Springsteen?
No, not Bruce Springsteen.
Bono?
I'll come back to you.
Jimmy Barnes?
It was beautiful.
No. Johnny Farnham? Comeback tour. Phil, Murrumbidgee Road. I did an auction, Murrumbidgee Road. I've got to tell you, Phil. 6 bidders.
Yes.
Expectations were somewhere around $800,000 or, quoting up to sort of 8 or in the $981,000. How about that one, Phil?
Well, no doubt you'll have Consumer Affairs on your case next week, Gary.
We can only quote them in the range and sell them in the range if the market's there, Phil. So don't create trouble where there isn't any.
So the reserve was in the range, Gary?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
So
there's
reserves
market
in the range.
Forces. What market forces at play?
It sold for so much more, Philip, under competition. And that's what we do as agents. We try to get premium prices for our sellers every time. Nearham Road.
Just on that, viewers, because there's always this talk about quoting prices, and I want you to understand this. Consumer Affairs, I think, should rightly be very interested in agents where they quote a range, pass it in with a significantly higher reserve than the range. But
that is underquoting.
Consumer Affairs, not that it's written anywhere, would say this. If you market a property between 8 and 880, you put it on the market within the range and it sells for $1 million, Consumer Affairs would say, no problems with that. That's market forces at play.
Correct, yes. That's correct. And what was your point there?
Oh, I think it's worthy to defend both quoting ranges, the process, and also to talk about how we think Consumer Affairs would view things.
Is that right? Okay, well, I'm not sure that that all that made sense, but made you feel good. So let's move on, Phil. Nearham Road, we had 4 bidders in Nearham Road, Carnegie, expecting again around 800, sold for $884,000. So not everything gets above its range. Of course, we talk about some of those premium properties.
Oh, so now you're going to talk about the ranges. Mine wasn't interesting. My whole segment was not interesting. What about you're going to come back and start talking about it?
Mine's I just, it's all on the presentation, Phil. How about Irwell Street, a 1-bedroom apartment? Company share title, Phillip.
Yes.
Not that there's anything wrong with it, but they are a bit tricky to get
Well,
finance
they require higher deposits.
They have, and here we are, and no parking. Now there was some great competition and interest. Somebody decided, they came out from Sydney and they said, we want that property, and we're not going to let anyone else have it. And they paid what they needed
to. We sold this before auction, viewers. I think we sold it on Thursday, either Wednesday or Thursday night. We had some really strong activity from a couple of buyers, but a buyer said, no, wait for me.
Yes.
But I don't want to sign the contract via fax.
Yeah.
I want to come down. So this buyer booked a flight, came to Melbourne at 11 o'clock. Michael, 11 o'clock at night. Michael Jonas picked her up in the morning, took it to the bank, then into the office where we negotiated a sale. And clearly, perhaps she thought she was buying a property with water views in Bondi.
No, well, I mean, you don't get a garage in Sydney for $535,000, not much anyway, Phillip. So in Sydney, it's good value, and it still is a great apartment.
And I've got to
great
tell you,
location.
this is the most incredible apartment.
It is.
About I think it's somewhere between 50 and 60 square metres, open fireplace, timber floors, and literally walk out your front door and take the choice of either going to Carlisle Street, Ackland Street, or Fitzroy Street, or going to the beach.
You could, although it's not quite Bondi Beach, it's St Kilda Beach. It's
St Kilda Beach kills Bondi Beach.
How so?
It kills it because it's
west facing. That's right. It's west facing.
You can see Williamstown from St Kilda Beach.
You can't do that in Bondi.
You can't do that in Bondi.
Exactly
what
right.
can you see? You just see out to sea.
Phil,
see out to sea to see what you can see.
Let's get back to it. Aruna Road was one of our feature auctions on Sunday.
It was, Gary.
It was a very popular property. The price undisclosed, but there were 4 or 5 bidders for that.
There were, Gary.
5, I think.
And I must say, I was a little bit emotional during that auction.
I know.
I talked at great length about the architecture of the 1960s and how the 1960s cubic architecture was really a driving force of the post-war immigrants that
That's
escaped
right.
Europe.
I think what you said was actually very, very lovely. It was poignant. It was beautiful. So tell me, Sook, how much did that go? Well, we can't say how much it went for, but it went
shout
went very
out to
well.
the family that sold that, and a shout out to Zayda. To Zayda and Mrs. Zayda. I don't know whether they called her Bubba. Zayda and Bubba,
Polish grandmother,
who were absolute icons of the street. And I don't think I'll ever drive down Aruna Road without thinking of Zayda.
Fair enough. Well, I don't know what you think of when you're driving down any road because you're a shocking driver. That's another story. But anyway, well done. But we've got this image because, of course, someone came with a beautiful car, and I think we should show the image of you on this car doing a Michelle Pfeiffer from the from the wonderful Baker Boys.
While you're doing that, Gary, that story gets a lot worse because what you haven't seen is I got a text from the person that owns that car to say, "Nice work, we'll be in touch." Okay. So I get this text saying, "Nice work, we'll be in touch."
Didn't know this.
Thinking to myself, he loved the auction and he's got something for sale. Yeah, that's what he sent me.
What's that? A scratch or what?
That's a very big dent on the.
Oh no! Oh, you're not serious, are you? Oh my God, are you serious?
So viewers, that was a really good idea in the moment.
Oh my God.
That's definitely come back. That's definitely come back
well,
to haunt us.
It's good that you've got some private funds, Phillip, because obviously you wouldn't dream
of
it
was on company.
Imposing that
was on company
the
time,
company's expense.
Company time.
Can't believe it. Anyway, we're making news here. It was unwelcome. I didn't know that. So
after we've finished with the lawyers, we'll show you that photo.
Anyway, stand in the queue, but that's going to be fun.
Stand in the queue, take a ticket.
Anyway, I thought it was quite amusing, but now I can see that it's got a sting on the tail of the story. Like so many happy stories, they can end up in tears. Someone gets hurt, it's going to be us financially. Anyway, so much of that photo. We'll take that off the screen and off we go now.
It's rattled you.
Can we pass it on to the vendor? Do you think they'll understand the spirit of building their auction up?
All I can say is the commission that we earned on that's been spent already.
4 Charles Street, Elstwick, Phillip. That's a sale worth talking about, isn't it?
I want to just talk about this property. Shout out to Rothstar, which is a husband and wife winning combination of a building company. This is David and Jackie, who have formed a building company. They've had many, many years in the building industry. This was a showpiece property in Elsternwick that attracted literally hundreds of people coming through it. We sold it before auction on the Saturday evening.
Well, that's what happened. Because somebody just popped up. I mean, some people might want to know, well, why would you sell before auction? But someone popped up with an aggressive offer, and all of a sudden
it wasn't aggressive. It's not like they're aggressive people.
No, well, aggressive.
They're lovely people that made an aggressive offer.
I didn't say they were aggressive people. That's just your negative interpretation of that. I was making it a friendly conversation. I just said their offer was.
Well, you come straight out with aggressive. So I just want to put it in context. Lovely people.
You know what?
Making an aggressive offer.
Listen here.
But in a nice way.
My car wrecking friend. That's not what I said. I said it was an aggressive. Anyway, go on. They made a aggressive offer, and of course it got the ball in motion. Phillip. All of a sudden it was game on.
So the story gets better, viewers, because we're all primed to go to auction. It's the Saturday open for inspection before the Sunday auction, and these people, lovely people that I know very well, and we've had some transactions together. They went to the new Coles supermarket in Elstonwick. They came out through Beaver Street.
Yes, they did.
Came through the back streets, just on their way home. Saw this beautiful house, our open for inspection boards. Saw my car. Thought, let's go and have a look at this house and have a quick chat with Phillip. So they come through the house, and within 60 seconds have completely fallen in love with it. And literally 3 hours later have put what we thought was going to be an auction-stopping offer on the table, which put it into play.
There was a statement of information with a price range on it. I think it was 3.4 to 3.7. There's no secret about that. That was marketed to the public as a guide, and of course the offer was in excess of that.
Over and above.
It was game on. Anyway, it ended up selling for a substantially higher amount, Phillip, before auction.
So shout out to David and Jackie, who've done the most beautiful job on this house.
Wonderful job.
We can't wait to see them just continue their progress around the marketplace. Looking forward to a long and happy association. And a shout out to the people that have bought this house, because once again, people that we've had a number of transactions with, the most beautiful family. And it's really nice, Gary, when really nice people buy from really nice people.
And sell.
Correct.
Well, that's right. Same thing said, in a different way. Phil, that's a big wrap on our auctions, but we've got many this weekend. We have 16 auctions
talk about
over 10
what's
suburbs
coming up, Gary.
We should, Phil.
We're going to have a big carb load on Friday night.
I hope you should.
Why don't you pass me these and you can introduce the properties, Gary,
Why don't I, Phillip,
and I'll ad-lib something wonderful about each of them.
That's just terrific, Phil. We start off with double auction action on Saturday morning at 10:30 a.m. We're going to be in Burnett Street in St Kilda.
What a great location.
I have the auction honours on this one, Phil.
Gary, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, but most importantly, a wraparound courtyard garden and walking distance to everywhere you want to be in summer.
That's my first of 4 auctions that I'm doing on Saturday, Phillip. I'm a busy boy. In the Avenue, Simon Radolnik kicks off in East St Kilda.
Well, we love this building, Gary. This is a terrific building. This is a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, a really good building. We've sold there many times before, and a really good development.
You kick off your Saturday, Phillip, in Normanby Road in Bentley East, together with Jan Dawson from our Bentley office.
4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a 1 car space, a lock-up garage. That's a beautiful home throughout. And I love buying, not that I bought, but I would love to buy a house in Bentley on land that is livable, where the land and the house have got a similar value equation, because that's a great investment.
I couldn't agree with you more, Phillip. Valentine Grove.
Yes.
I've fallen in love with this one.
My Valentine,
could be happy
Gary.
Valentine there, Phil. It could get sold before auction. It
Gary,
may well be.
This is a massive apartment, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. But the joy of this is it's got a massive kitchen, meals, family room. This is bigger than what you'll get just about anywhere.
There is a female name theme of our 12:30 auctions, Phillip. We start off at Gertrude Street.
You've got a daughter, Nina, that you were tossing up between Gertrude and Nina.
How did you know that?
Why Nina, not Gertrude?
No, Gertrude was going to be my son's name, Phil, not my daughter.
You had an auntie, Gertrude, didn't you?
Truda.
So it
was
would have been
in fact
Gertrude.
yes. Well, she wasn't a blood auntie, but we called her.
Auntie Truda.
Yeah, we did.
Auntie Truda.
Auntie Truda, yeah. We move on to Gertrude Street in Windsor, Phillip.
Yeah, what a great looking building. 2 bedrooms, 2 magnificent bathrooms, a secure car space, wonderful terrace, just beautiful property.
Phil, I walked into this apartment.
I love Gertrude Street,
and I love spend an extra moment on this because the building is fantastic. It's beautifully elevated, but you walk in and you get these great views, Phillip, across treetops and rooftops towards the city from the balcony. Treetops and rooftops.
Treetop views.
This is a very well-priced property in the 5s, Phillip. I think it's going to go well. And if you're looking for an investment or something to buy in the 5s, just want to stop and talk about that particular apartment.
I think you've done it enough,
It is a good one.
I think you've covered it.
High security, beautiful property. Phillip, let's move on to our other female, which is just skip one, Phil. Get out of order on him for a second. Our next female is Myrtle. Yeah, I had an auntie Myrtle as well. Did you know that? No, I did. I swear. I had an auntie Myrtle, and her family owned the Shamrock Hotel in Bendigo.
I've never heard that story, so I actually can't vouch for it.
She did. And in fact, she used to own the block of apartments, Phillip, in Inkerman Street, where Inkerman Panels is. That was, remember we sold it?
Yes.
That was Myrtle. Yes. Myrtle, Redpath, Auntie Myrtle. There you go, Phil.
Okay, viewers, this is a great property. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, off-street car parking for 2 cars. I love Myrtle Street because it's a brilliant location. It's a no-through road, so it doesn't get any traffic, full of lovely period homes. And lovely, the owners of this house house have got two lovely little kids
They have,
that when I was auctioning a property in Myrtle Street only some 6 weeks ago, they had a lemonade stall.
I love kids with lemonade stalls.
So they were selling their lemonade, and it was lemonade for $1, right? And I said, how much for 2? And it was still $1. And then I said, well, if I bought 20, how much would it be? Still $1. Toughest little negotiators.
Was it $1 each or $1 for all 20?
$1 each.
Oh, right. I thought it was $1 for 20. You clean them out, put them out of business. We used to sell juices, Phil, didn't we?
We did until we got closed. Orange juices. We imported orange juice squeezing machines from the Middle East.
Yeah, we did.
And we were very successful for a couple of weeks at the market.
Canby Market.
Until the health department closed us
Shut
down.
us down.
True story.
Not because we did anything dirty, but just because of what was supposed to be inside a,
they had all of these associated health restrictions that clearly we had no interest in.
Exactly.
Anyway, orange juice is very good for you. No one, to the best of our knowledge, died as a result of our unhygienic orange juice squeezing business.
Of course, very hygienic. No, it was. Let's hop off to Kangaroo Road, Philip. Our third auction at 12:30. What a great
Gary, great single story, courtyard gardens, off-street car parking, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, plenty of off-street car parking, beautiful polished timber floors. I love it.
Double auction action, Philip, at 1:30. We're going to be in Bayview Street, Elstree.
Check
what a great
out
address.
This property,
what a
Gary.
terrific looking home.
And what a great location. This is 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, off-street car parking, tandem car space. A very dramatic property from an architectural point of view, Gary. Love that property.
Philip, I won't be there. I'll be wandering around somewhere else at 1:30, Philip.
Yes, you
and
will.
that will be in Wander Road.
Why don't you go and get some fish before you go there, Gary?
Fish? Fish called Wander?
Yes, there we are.
Oh, good.
2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, a wonderful decked area. Again, courtyards. If you can get them, grab them.
Good idea, Philip. We're looking forward to that one wrapping up and bringing down the curtain on an early Saturday for this time of year, Phil. But on Sunday, we're bright and early, well, at least I am, because again, I've got 4 auctions on Sunday, Philip.
Gary, now you'll start to get a real experience and a real taste of how hard I work.
It's easy.
4
it's
auctions
nothing
for you. You'd better have the whole week off.
Water off a duck's back.
One
can I?
bedroom,
can I?
well, you probably were anyway. 1
you.
bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Beautiful
Stunning apartment.
throughout.
Gullo
It's a
Street.
great block, that.
Philip, we have 3 auctions at 11:30 a.m. You are going to be auctioning in Burundi Road.
Oh, I love Burundi Road. Some would say that Burundi Road is the number 1 street in Caulfield South. And in fact, all of the residents of Burundi Road would say that. But it has long been regarded as the best street. Mind you, there are many, many, many good streets of Caulfield South.
Sure.
4 or 5 bedrooms, 3 magnificent bathrooms, double lock-up garage, beautiful garden areas. Move in and not spend a cent.
I am going to be in Caulfield North at 266 Inkerman Road, Philip, for my 11:30 auction.
Lots of interest in that property, apparently, Gary, as you would with that location. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, and again, a big courtyard garden. We seem to be the courtyard garden
Kings
specialists.
of Caulfield. Well, not kings, because we've got queens and
we sell to anybody.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah.
Phil, okay, Ormond Road, Ormond. What a great property.
Beautiful property, Gary, and you've got to love that. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, secure undercover car parking. Brilliant.
We love Ormond, Philip.
We do.
Philip, an auction I'm looking forward to doing because it's one of the properties that my son's actually working on.
Yes,
Philip.
it's a bit of a debut.
A debut.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Not that he hasn't made sales before, but this is his most expensive home that he's had the pleasure of marketing. He's obviously done that in conjunction with one of our senior players, Mark Kirkham.
Yeah, good on you, Mark. Showing him the way.
Yes,
Showing
Daniel,
the ropes.
well done. If I haven't got an auction on at that time, I'm going to come and heckle.
Yeah, good. You come and heckle me and him, Philip. 21 Edinburgh Avenue. Now, this is a terrific property, Philip, in a great location, a beautiful family home, and well priced too. Somewhere in that sort of mid to high ones. Looking forward to that one, Philip.
4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, double lock-up garage, and I love that pocket of Caulfield.
Me too.
Because it's literally just across the road from the Golden Mile, so you got plenty of upside in value and appreciation there.
I reckon I live about 20 houses away from there.
You do, and that's part of my heckling. Will be saying, "Excuse me, Mr. Vendor, where do you live exactly?"
Mr. Auctioneer, thanks for
Mr.
that.
Auctioneer.
Can't wait, Philip. Also can't wait for Khartoum Street, Philip. The Battle of Khartoum shall begin at 1:30 p.m. I'm looking forward to doing that auction.
2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, secure car parking. That is a really good property and beautifully renovated throughout, Gary.
It is, and as Rafi would say, we have lots of interest. No worries. Phillip, 2:30 we finish off in Glen Ira Road in Caulfield. Sally Zellman has been handling that together with her team. You are the auctioneer
Gary,
at 2:30.
4 beautiful bedrooms, 3 magnificent bathrooms, a lock-up garage, and a car space in front with a car turntable, which is becoming now quite popular. You're going to see more and more car turntables. Just the ease and practicality of being able to press a button, your car swings around so that you can drive out. Really clever. Love it.
It's a beautiful looking property, beautifully finished as well. Brand new, Phillip?
Yes, brand spanking, and brand spanking new.
And that's a big wrap for this end November review, Phillip.
Where do you reckon
because next
brand
time is
spanking comes from?
Oh, it comes from probably a kinky queen, maybe?
Well, there's no question.
Maybe someone in the royal family was
There's no
kinky
question that there is something behind that.
Yeah, there is grand spanking or brand spanking?
Brand spanking.
Oh, brand. I thought you said grand spanking.
No, brand spanking.
Oh, brand spanking.
How many times can we say brand spanking?
Yeah, fair enough. Probably enough times to wrap up the show with, Phil. That's a big wrap on GPTV for this final November edition as we venture into December, Phillip, and it will be a good December
and
too.
The next November will be November 2020. Gary. I'm loving the thought of 2020.
You had a thing for 2020. No, you did. A long time ago, I used to say 2020, 2020, and I say, what are you going on? You go, that's the year we get our live space. You remember saying that?
Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah,
because usually you don't remember anything that you say, but you do remember that.
Well, I say so many things.
Well, that's the problem.
There are so many important things
why
I
is
say.
that? And you said, the kids will be grown up, we'll be out, we'll be travelling overseas, we won't have to work so hard. Where will that go? They're all at home.
I got some of it right.
They're all, watch, but they're all at home. Yeah. We're writing out checks. We're still spending. And what's going on here?
Do you know what?
Working
we love
hard.
them dearly.
Where's all the travel?
We love them dearly, Gary. And let's face it, our mission on this planet these days is to work as hard as possible so that they can just enjoy the fruits of our labour.
Exactly right. I don't know. You promised Carnival. You promised the Cinque Terre. All these things you had promised me. And what happened with it? Nothing.
What did you get?
Nothing.
Gary? Nothing.
Anyway.
All right.
That's a big wrap on this.
Don't raise your hand. That is politically incorrect.
Is it really?
Showing you just can't. You can't do that. You can't do it because you intimated that you're about to hit me. Now that is so. That's Fox News.
Is that assault?
Fox
News. No, that's very 1940s immigrant 50s. Hey, no one ever did anything, or maybe they did. I don't know. In my house they didn't anyway. Thankfully, Phil. That's as far as it got. The race. Not even.
We're going to cut this now because it's getting silly. Can't wait to see you next week to talk about the results of the weekend, to talk about the spring selling campaign coming to a conclusion. Ring us now should you want to list your property for 2020. We're already heavily booked for February, March and April, so please give us a call.
Room for more.
I'm Phillip Kingston. Have a fantastic week.
I'm Gary Peer. Thank you for watching. Bye now.